Hi, Dave White, 179 Church Street. Quick question. There's $40 million for improvements at Yoctangee? Is that true? That's, okay. I'd just like to offer if there's any possibility of using some of those funds for protection of habitat of both the transient as well as the permanent residents down there. You know, I'm talking about geese, I'm talking about ducks, I'm talking about the wildlife. If there's an opportunity to enhance the ability of those residents, those transient visitors to the pond, to the park, please let's consider that in any of the proposals and any of the development, because obviously something's going to be happening down there. That's a lot of money. So, thank you. That's all I've got.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, microphone. Okay, I don't think I need one, but we'll see. All right.
Excuse me, name and
I'm
address.
Janet Griffith. I'm at 6003 Connection Road. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Gary and I were at the wrong place at the right time last Tuesday on the 22nd at 5 o'clock at the Carlisle building. I had been to a previous event like a week and a half before, heard that there was going to be an open meeting on the plans for the park. And so I told him to put it on our calendar because I'm extremely interested in the park and what's going on, always have been. And so we went to this meeting. We were there 15 minutes early and before anybody else got there, and we slid in by these three men. Of course, you all know I can't see. So Gary says, there's three men sitting here. So I said, who are you? And they said they were the planners for the whole park area. And they're the ones that are going to make, the plans. They're going to tell us what they're going to do. All right. So we sat there and I tried asking questions, and they said they're going to put it up on the big screen and I would see what was going to go on. The public has never had any prior, and they know what they're going to do, inclination or meeting or anything telling us what is going to go on, asking our opinion on the park. $40 million is a lot of money. For one thing, they should clean the park lake. But that's not what they had in mind. We're going to have a campus in our city park. It's going to take the majority of the land as you go from Paint Street into the park toward the Y on the right. The majority of the land is going to this campus. They called it a campus. Green space is disappearing. Once you put buildings up, and there was more than one building, if they were going to remodel the Armory, yes, it needed remodeling, and it needed the Convention and Visitors Bureau is going to go in there. That's fine. It's a low-key item. And offices are going to go in there. That's fine. It needs to be used, and it needs to be remodeled. It's a beautiful building. The top floor is going to be an event center, which houses 250 people. That's unacceptable. That's too many people utilizing the park that isn't for families and isn't for children on the weekends. According to the drawing, they're adding to the Armory on one end, adding on the other end buildings. I think there's 3 or 4 buildings that are going to go up. According to one of the drawings, there's a 4-story high tower that's going to go up in our park. Supposedly to see, I guess, over the flood wall, and what for? Maybe the side of the river. I don't know what they're saying. I thought they said mounds. I don't know what mounds would be there, but I got it on tape because I take the meeting because I'm blind. So anyway, also, they're going to take the entrance to the park out on Paint Street. They're going to put a roundabout up on Paint Street. But the worst part of it is they're going to have a road supposedly all the way around the park so that people can get around, and there's going to be parking. There's, according to them, 360 spaces now that we have for parking. I suppose they're counting the Armory parking, which is a good bit, and the city parking underneath by the fish stand. I suppose they're counting that. That's all probably going to disappear. Because the amphitheater's going in, which we've always talked about an amphitheater, even in the master plan before, there was an amphitheater there. Hope it's a small one, so that it's small venues that go in there, not taking more space than you need. And then there's a pavilion coming down, and they're going to move Diamond, the little Diamond, Ball Diamond, they're going to move it over by the high school, not high school, the city Diamond. Well, high school uses sometimes, but I think they got their own now. So they're going to move it over there. Now, the Bowler Diamond that we used for Pony League when my son played, they're going to rearrange that according to the thing. And like CHS did with their Ball Diamond, the batters are going to be facing the sun in the evening. That's a big mistake. Somebody that didn't know about ball designed that. It needs to be redesigned. Another thing, they're going to take and make two-way road around the Enderlin Circle where the Shine on Chillicothe does their lights and stuff. That whole U there is going to be 2 lane. All right, one going one way, one going the other. They're going to have parallel parking on each side of that. That's wide. That's taking a city road and putting it in the only little park that we have left. You might as well not call it Yoctangee Park anymore. You might as well call it the Armory Complex. We shouldn't be putting a complex in the park to begin with. The Armory should have left and been done really nicely and put low-key stuff in there. Let the children have their playground. They're downsizing the playground, by the way. Let the children have their playground. They're moving the skate park. They don't know what they're going to do with it. They're going to put pickle courts in somewhere. Now, I don't know where that is. And they're going to make Water Street one street, two lanes. One going one way, one going the other, with parking on each side of it. That's what they intend to do. Now, the citizens, normal citizens, weren't invited on the board. I don't know who's on the board to study this before it was ever planned. Somebody from normal people should have been there, not people from Adina and from the convention visitor bureau. Those kinds of people don't know what we do in the park. We raised our kids there. That park is supposed to be peaceful. Look up the definition in the park in Webster's dictionary. It tells you it should be green space. It should be for recreational things. When you put a structure in there, you cannot move it. In other words, if you don't like it in 20 years, it's there to stay. When you put pickleball courts and volleyball courts and things like that, just like the skate park, they're moving it, you can move those things. They're not permanent structures. But somebody needs to be thinking about Ross County, because we are a Ross County supported levy in the park. The citizens of Ross County use our park. They use it for birthday parties. They use it for family gatherings. They use it our playground. People from Jackson and from Waverly come in and use our playground. But the citizens of Chillicothe also use that when they're living in apartments and they have small yards like I do. They take their kids to the park and they want to have a peaceful time. They don't want to be fighting traffic and fighting all this stuff. So when you are thinking of our park and giving it away, and I'm going to tell you, we should not be competing with private business and putting weddings and stuff up on top when we have venues right in Chillicothe that need the business. We should be promoting our private business, not competing with it. We have no right to do that as a governmental body. So somebody needs to give you the other side of the story, so that when you see this grandiose, yes, everything's beautiful when it's drawn out. They make it look beautiful.
Yeah, 1 minute.
So I would like a public hearing. I would like somebody in the council to propose that there is a public hearing on this with answers and question time for the public so they can express before this goes too far. And can I have an extension on my time, please?
Absolutely, Bill. Let me just say before you go on, I've never heard any suggestion that there wouldn't be a public meeting about this.
It's too late. They're gonna hire a construction guy in December, way before the project's ever approved or the plans are done, so he can speed it up. They have to have all this done by October of 2026. They want to start moving ground in the spring, and they want the buildings to start in the fall. We are not being consulted. We need to have equal time here with our government to express what we would like. Yes, we did that thing at the Majestic, we did it too. And we'd like this, and we'd like this, and we'd like this, but we didn't think it was gonna cost us our park. You might as well not call it a park, because we're not gonna have anything left. So I'm happy that we got the $40 million. Let's clean up the lake. Let's put a sidewalk from the lake up behind the cabooses so families don't have to climb that hill. It's dangerous. Let's fix what we've got and make it beautiful. And we do have a beautiful park. Every president, every candidate that's come here has bragged on our park. Very few cities have green space, and we're not gonna have it either. So I'm begging you for more than one public. We go on and have something that we can't ever redo. And we don't have to rush about doing things. Every time we rush, we make mistakes. Every time. So let's plan this right with input. And I'm sorry, but I'm fervent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.